Immediately, Albert hit his head on the dining table. Afia was terrified, likewise Alex. Afia screamed Albert's name in shock. She rushed to him, carried him immediately to the hospital without even waiting for Alex to help her out. When she got to the hospital, the nurses and doctors started to help Albert. He was bleeding from his head. The doctor told Afia they would run some tests, expensive tests. Afia told the doctor to do any test they want because money is not the problem. Few hours later, the doctor came back and told Afia that Albert, truly, he's serving a living God because that kind of deep hand injury didn't damage anything. He's now out of danger and you can see him. Afia was really relieved. Her prayer was answered. During all those times, Afia was at the hospital looking after Albert. Alex never showed up. He didn't call, or at least check up on the boy to know if his son is truly okay and alive. Afia spent 2 days at the hospital taking care of Albert and looking after him. Yet, during those 2 days, Alex didn't call her. He still didn't show up to see his son. This bothered Afia. What kind of a husband is this? Where is empathy as a human being? Why would you put your son through such thing and you never cared to come to the hospital to check up on him or even call me to know how he's doing? What did I actually put myself into? Even when you, Alex, were the one that put this boy in this condition, yet you show no single empathy. You didn't even call me or come up to check on him. And Albert have been asking after his father. Afia was so angry. So because she hasn't changed her clothes or bathed or even eaten good food for 2 days, she had to go back home. So she decided to talk to the nurses and doctors in charge. She took permission from them that she wants to quickly get home, freshen up, and bring good food for her son. Afterwards, she left. When Afia got home that morning, she met a very dirty house. Her son's blood is still on the spot as she left it. The food she cooked all got spoiled just because she wasn't around to warm them. Alex, the husband, left everything the way it was. He didn't even lay a finger or try to clean up the whole mess. He left the house in such dirtiness. It was looking as if no one has been at that house for days. So Afia hurriedly cleaned up everywhere, freshened up, and cooked good food for Albert and herself. She then left and went back to the hospital. At the hospital, Afia kept on calling Alex's number, but it wasn't going through. It was as if he blocked her. She tried and tried, yet nothing. Then she remembered their neighbor. They had exchanged number the very first day they welcomed them into the estate. Afia decided to call the neighbor's wife and see if she can get some information from her regarding her husband. Afia called their neighbor's wife named Rachel. She picked up and Afia introduced herself and then asked her if she saw her husband for the past 2 days. Rachel was surprised. She then replied to her, "Yes, as I'm talking to you right now, your husband is in my sitting room, sitting with my husband. they are playing a video game. And he has been there for a long time. I overheard him telling my husband that you and your son traveled. Ah, Afia shouted. What? Richard asked her if there is any problem. Afia denied, saying there is no problem, that she's okay. She just wanted to find out her husband's whereabouts because his number isn't going through. So not to raise unnecessary questions. Afia thanked her so much and told her please not to tell her husband that she called. She then ended the call. 2 days later, Albert was discharged from the hospital and they went home. Albert asked his mother about his father. He has not seen him since he was at the hospital and he never visited. And now that he came home, the whole house is so empty and he's nowhere to be found since they came back home. Afia reassured Albert that his father is fine and that he did an emergency travel. That was why he didn't come to the hospital to check up on him. Albert believed his mother and decided to rest. That same day, they were discharged. Alex came back. He noticed that the whole house is clean, which means Afia is back from the hospital. He first checked the son's room and saw Albert resting. He then managed to smile and asked him if he's okay. Albert replied that he's better now. Albert then asked him why didn't he come to the hospital to go look after him just like the mother did. Alex told him that he has a lot of work to do and he doesn't have time to come to the hospital. But since the mother is there is no need for him to come. Alex then told him to relax and rest. He shouldn't stress himself much, that he's here now and he will take care of him. Alex left and when he entered his room, Afia was inside, working on her laptop. When Alex entered the room, Afia, still very angry. Alex didn't apologize for what he did and he showed no remorse. Afia decided to ignore him. She didn't even greet him or welcome him. She minded her business, working on her laptop. Alex didn't like the fact that he was being ignored. He then approached Afia and greeted her. Afia still ignored him. He then slammed his hands on the table. Afia was forced to look at him fearfully and then asked him what the problem was and why he's angry. Afia told Alex to please don't touch her again. If he wants a punching bag, he should get it outside because she won't allow him to touch her again, especially in front of her son. Why would he injure their son in such a manner and he didn't bother to come to the hospital to go check up on him? And for the fact that she got beaten for what? For nothing. Why didn't he show up? Why didn't he apologize for what he did? And he's not even feeling remorseful. Afia told Alex to please leave her alone. She does not want to talk to him. Let them be as roommates, and that is better for her than her receiving unnecessary beating. And when did that one even start? For the over 10 years of their marriage, Alex, you never raised hand on me. How? When? What happened? What changed? What turned you into this monster that I do not recognize anymore? Alex didn't waste time. Immediately he heard monster. He started to beat Afia again. Afia kept on asking him to stop, but he didn't. It was when Albert knocked on the door. That was when he stopped and pretended everything was alright. Afia then started to ask Alex if she did something wrong. Why is he beating her and Why is he behaving in such a weird manner? That she wants to know her offense. Alex looked at her and told her that she's trying to control him and it won't work. Alex told Afia that he's the man of the house and his orders must be obeyed. Why would he come back from work with all the stress he encountered today and she won't even greet him and welcome him? For what? Because she's angry? She better not try it next time, or else she will receive the beating of her life. Oh, because I didn't greet you. That was the reason for this beating? Afia apologized immediately instead of talking back to him. Alex felt like a king immediately he heard the apology. He started to smile, talking softly to Afia. I am your king, and you should worship me. If you do all these things, my darling wife, peace will reign in this marriage and in this house. After everything, Alex didn't apologize for what he did, and Afia decided to let it go so that peace would reign. But Alex continued to hang out with the neighbor. He visited the guy's house almost every night to go play game with him, chat with him, and drink with him. Afia was really sad why Alex chose to disobey their rules, and she thought of what to do. She decided to become friends with Rachel too. Since he can be friends with the neighbor, she can become friends with the neighbor's wife. If she do this, maybe she can find out what her husbands are up to and the reason for his sudden change of attitude. One evening, after Albert came back from school, Afia changed his clothes and told him that he will be going to the neighbor's house. He should behave himself. Albert agreed, and they both went over to Rachel's house that day. And when Afia got to her apartment, her husband wasn't around. It was her and the boys. Rachel welcomed her and Albert and asked Albert to please join the boys and do their quiz that she set for them. As they sat to talk, Afia begged Rachel not to be angry because she will be asking her some personal questions. Rachel told her to go ahead. Afia asked her why she married a violent man who beat her every night. Why she's enduring all this. Rachel started to smile and replied Afia, wow, I knew this is what you were about to ask. I already knew that this would be the first question you will ask me, because I know that you and your husband might be hearing the beating I receive every blessed night from my husband. It's not a new question. People even avoid me because of it. But it's fine. I will answer you. First of all, thanks to you and your husband, the beating reduced. Ever since your husband and my husband became friends, the beating really reduced. See, my husband is a nice man. He provides for us. My children does not lack anything. It is just that he's hot-tempered and gets angry easily. That is just it though. Yes, I try as much as I can to avoid anything that will bring issues. Apart from that, he's a nice man. He's a very loving father. So, you prefer to die here than live a life with your kids? What are you telling me, Rachel? Is this your body made of iron or what? Look at you. You look like a shadow of yourself. You say your husband takes care of you. Look at your hair. It looks so messy. I bet you are up to 30 years of age and you're looking like a 50 years old woman. Ah, Rachel, is this what you want your children to feel? That it is a normal life? That a man will be maltreating his wife, making him look old? The children will grow up with the same mentality. Rachel, your children will become monster like their father, beating their wives. It is time for you to wake up, Rachel, and take charge. Oh. Eh? Take a look at these boys. They are still young. And a lot can happen if you take a step now and move out of this toxic relationship. But how, Afia? Rachel asked her. I don't have any job. Because of my stubbornness, my family members disowned me. They told me not to come close to them for help again. I once rejected their help the first time. I stopped them from arresting my husband after I ended up in the hospital because he beat me to stupor. I was in coma for almost 1 week. Because of that beating, my people were really angry and they wanted to arrest him. In fact, they have already arrested him. But I went to the police and said another thing, that he didn't beat me. So they released him. My father swore that he will never help me in his life again, and he disowned me. Likewise, my siblings and my mother. They said since I don't want to help myself, and I don't want anybody to help me, I should follow the consequences of my life. I once tried to reach out to them, but they blocked me from everywhere. I have no one to run to. I have no job. I don't know what else to do, Afia. I've tried severally to start a business, but my husband ends up closing down the business. I am seriously frustrated. I am tired. The only reason I'm here is my boys, my children. There is no one to help me, no help from anybody. I've tried to run away one day, but I cannot carry these children and enter the streets. Look at me. I can't even take care of myself. Talk more of them. How will I cope? Afia then told Rachel that she understand her pain and her point. But regardless, receiving that amount of beating she receives every night, her health could be in danger. And because her husband, her own husband of over 10 years, he just started beating me. And one of the beating landed our son in the hospital. And he never showed up or showed any sort of remorse for what he did. And all of this is because of your husband's bad influence, Rachel. I am suffering because of your husband. And I will not suffer forever like you. I am not handicapped. If my husband lays hand on me again, he will not smell me and my son. Never. I will not tolerate such. Because after Albert was discharged, we came back home. He came back from work. I received another beating again. Instead of my husband apologizing to me, I received another beating. Is this some sort of a gang thing or what? That my husband now developed the habit of beating me unnecessarily. If you have a thick skin, I don't have. I can't endure such. It is impossible. Not with my level of experience. I now live in fear in my own house, Rachel, and I don't want to lose my life. My child is very important to me. I just decided to come to you so to find out the kind of man you married and why you are suffering and smiling. I don't envy you rich people. Oh. When people see you now dress up on Sunday, go to church, Odogo wife. But hello, you are suffering and they're beating you every night. You will use makeup and hide all your pains. No, this is not the way to live. Well, Rachel, if it's because of money, I can help you on that. I can help you to start something for yourself from home. Your husband doesn't even need to know that you are doing anything. You don't need to tell him. Another thing, steal from him. If you see any chance, any escape money, keep it and save it. That is what you should have been doing a long time ago. By now, you would have gotten enough money for you to get out of here. If your husband can confidently afford this kind of apartment that they paid millions, why can't you just be smart for once? His ATM card, find a way to get password. You need to be very smart these days. Don't stop dulling yourself. Well, the business I want to help you start is an online business and it will help you save off enough money. Then you get out of this hole you call a house. And Rachel, you really need to go to the hospital to go and check up yourself. Gosh, the bruises all over your body. I'm even scared. Ah, I don't know. Your God is truly alive because with this kind of bruises and you are still standing still, doing house chores and doing homework for your children. You are really a strong woman. Well, regardless, if you need anything, cash, money, just let me know. If you want to live here, I can figure out something, rent an apartment, and you and your children can live there. Probably we live together anyhow. And you can be doing the business and save up for your own apartment. I am willing to help you, Rachel, only if you are willing to leave. Rachel was so happy. She said she's willing to leave and she agreed and listened attentively to Afia's instructions. Afia immediately started putting her through in everything she needs to know about the business. But she didn't find out anything about her husband, Alex. As they were still discussing, Rachel's husband walked in and immediately he saw Afia. He was so angry. The kind of look he gave Rachel, Afia noticed the look and excused herself. She left with her child Adbert to avoid any issues. When Afia got home, Alex was already home waiting for her. He then asked her where she was coming from. Afia explained that she was bored and tired and she wanted to see their neighbor's wife since she was also at home. Next thing, Alex slapped her hard and asked her who told her to leave the house without his permission. And she even had the mind to go visit the neighbor, the same neighbor they discussed that they won't be friends with. Afia was surprised. Oh, so you remembered? So you remember our discussion that we won't be friends with them? Alex, you broke the rules and you became friends with the neighbors. And now, I only went to see the wife and you are angry? He even slapped me on top. God help me. What sort of a man are you? Afia wanted to continue talking. She remembered herself. She didn't bother to argue with Alex. She then wanted to apologize so that peace will reign and not turn into violence like the last one. Alex then told Afia to kneel down and carry her hands up, that she would serve punishment, and that is the only way he would forgive her. Afia was shocked. Afia told Alex not to do this. She's not a small child. Afia reminded Alex that he's not talking to her about their son, and she can't kneel down and hands up. Before Afia could finish talking, Alex hit her with a mop stick. that was beside him, and Afia landed on the floor, bleeding. Before Alex could raise his hands again and hit Afia, something landed him on the head from behind. And it turns out Albert hit him with the flower vase, and Alex fell down instantly on the floor, unconscious. Albert then screamed and carried her mother out of the house, and with few neighbors' help, they went to the hospital. Luckily for Afia, they got to the hospital on time, and the doctor stopped the bleeding and saved her life. But Alex, no one came to save him. Days later, Afia was discharged. She needed to pack her things because she had made up her mind that if Alex touches her again, she's leaving the marriage and she no longer wants to marry again. She needed to go pick most of her documents and her things together with Albert things at home. So she does not want to meet Alex or anybody that would stop her. She then called Rachel to find out if Alex is home. But when Rachel picked up, she told her that her husband found Alex lifeless at their apartment, and you and your son were nowhere to be found. So they concluded that you were trying to kill your husband, or you killed your husband, because I have been indirectly asking my husband if Alex is dead or alive, but he refused to say anything to me. And I am being very careful so he won't beat me again. But since then, I haven't seen your husband in your household, and my own husband is hardly at home. So Afia begged Rachel to help her be on the lookout because she will be coming to the house to pick up some documents and few important things. Then Afia also told Rachel about what really happened on that fateful day, and that she didn't know that her husband was really badly injured, that she only fled for her own life. Rachel agreed and gave her time to come over. When Afia came over, she went inside the house, picked up all the necessary things she needs, while Rachel was standing outside, being on the lookout for her. But unfortunately, immediately Afia was almost done and was about to leave, Rachel's husband came back and met her standing outside. He asked Rachel why she's standing outside Alex's apartment, but Rachel refused to say a word. She kept quiet. Immediately, the neighbor's husband started beating her, then dragged her inside. But Rachel ran out, and Afia already was out of the house, and she came with her car to pick up her things. Afia then asked her to enter the car, let them leave once and for all, which Rachel did immediately, and they drove off. With the help of Afia, Rachel went to her boys' school and picked up her children. She used the nearest ATM machine to withdraw money and also do some transfer. When Afia asked her about the money she was holding, Rachel told her that she stole her husband's ATM card, that her husband have a separate account where he saves money. So she has been keeping an eye on that ATM card even before she told him anything about stealing. So the only thing she could grab was that ATM card, and it turns out that a huge amount of money is inside. And she just cleared it. She cleared the whole ATM card, and she has enough money to start her life afresh. Afia laughed so hard. She then asked her what next. Rachel said that she's relocating with her children, and she'll be going to her parents' house, that she needs to go and beg and ask for forgiveness from her family so that her boys can stay with her parents. There being there, she will need to go and fix her mental health and her body too, because she's totally messed up and she's not in the right frame of mind for children to be around her. Afia was so proud of her and told her that is the best decision she has ever made. And she, Afia, would also do the same. Maybe they would go see a therapy together and heal together. That she would take Albert to her mother so that her mother would take good care of him. The boy needs love, and for the fact that he defended me by hitting his father, he needs a lot and a lot of love around him. Under my husband's nose, I made a lot of money, but my husband didn't know. I built a beautiful house for my mother. So my son Albert will go join her there. After they finished discussing, days later, they went on their separate ways, but still kept in touch. It turns out Alex didn't die. He sustained injury. When he was discharged, he came back home to an empty house. He found out that his wife and son had left. Alex tried to call Afia. Luckily for him, Afia picked up and he started to threaten her. Instead of begging her, Alex started to threaten Afia to come back, or she won't like the outcome. Afia laughed so hard on the phone and told him that marriage is over, that he should get lost, and she truly wants to see the worst that he wants to do. He should go and do his worst. Alex, not knowing that his wife is very wealthy, threatened to take away Albert from her. But Afia told him not to even try that because she has evidence of his violence, and she also has evidence of the beating Albert received the day he wanted to slap her. That only that will send him to jail for domestic violence. Alex, seeing that he's losing the case, then traced Afia's mother to where they were living before. But the neighbors told Alex that the woman moved away years ago and that her daughter built a mansion for her. It was then dawned on Alex that he messed up and he won't recover from his own loss. He called Afia for reconciliation, but Afia refused. A month later, Afia's lawyer served Alex a divorce papers, which Alex refused to sign. But when Afia threatened to involve the police and human rights over what he did, the maltreatment and Albert breaking his head, Alex had no choice than to sign the divorce paper immediately, and he gave full custody of Albert to Afia, making him a very big loser because he won't be seeing his son probably when the boy is up to 18, if Albert will ever look for his father. Rachel too also did the same. She served her husband divorce papers, and the foolish man signed without stress because Rachel also threatened him with proof of domestic violence. The two had their lives back and intact, and they lived to raise their children. Please, if you're a woman living with a man that beats you every single day, for every slightest mistake, please leave. Your life is important. Your children matters. If you die, that man will marry another woman and replace you in a second. But if you live with your life intact, you will live to train your children and be proud of them. And they too will be proud of you because you made the right decision from removing them from a toxic environment. And also remember that you matter to your family. Your life is important. You are not alone. Your family will always stand by you. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe if you have not. See you on the next one. Goodbye.